In this video, I'm going to share a simple but powerful technique that's going to get more of your new users to experience the product's aha moment. For us at Appcues, we saw double-digit gains when we implemented this from less than 2% to 25%. Hey friends, it's Ramley John from Appcues. If you want to get the latest user onboarding tips and tricks, be sure to smash that subscribe button below. So what is this technique? I call it the bite-sized approach. Now, most user onboarding experiences feel like they're trying to cram down a 15-course meal down the throats of new users in one sitting. They overwhelm their users with too many things to do all at once. It's understandable to feel eager to share everything you know. You want to get them up to speed as soon as possible so they can start getting value out of your product. But trust me, trying to do everything at once is not the right approach. Now take a look at how restaurants do it. I've eaten at a very nice and very expensive Michelin star restaurant before. Yes, it was a 15-course meal, but the Michelin chef understood the importance of pacing in a good meal. Treated every dish as its own masterpiece. The serving of breathing room. And that's what great user onboarding needs to be like. You have to serve up your onboarding in bite-sized, digestible portions. Make your selections carefully and pair them perfectly with various stages of the user experience. And then pace your delivery so your users has time to savor each dish at the moment. Now, let's take a look at 3 ways you can apply the bite-sized approach. First is bite-sized checklists. Our first example comes right from our Appcues onboarding experience. By breaking down our onboarding checklist into 2 separate parts, we saw double-digit gains in our completion rate from less than 2% to 25%. Now, initially, the checklist included several steps and was the same for all user groups. And when the Appcues Director of Customer Enablement, Lila Rizal, decided to split up the list across post-purchase and trial, creating separate lists for each phase of the experience. The first checklist now focuses on installing the Appcues Builder. Once the first checklist has been completed, that triggers the second checklist, which includes 3 items: creating a flow, tracking an event, and creating a goal. Now, this simple change resulted in an enormous improvement in the checklist completion rate. So if you're using checklists in your user onboarding, experiment with breaking it up into bite-sized lists. Second is bite-sized sign-up forms. The bite-sized approach is extremely effective with forms as well. Rather than having all of your sign-up fields on one page, you can break it up into smaller chunks of information across multiple pages. As with a checklist, breaking things down into smaller steps is typically done to streamline the user experience, making it less intimidating and easier to get through. Applying this technique could improve the sign-up completion rate by up to 50%, according to some research. Shopify provides a brilliant example of this by breaking up their account setup into 2 pages. First page has 4 fields, and once you complete these fields, the next step is to answer 10 additional fields for you to complete. With a multi-step sign-up process, users only see a few fields on the page at a time, rather than being overwhelmed with 14 required fields. Now, similarly, if new users have to fill out several fields to sign up for your product, and you've done all you can to remove unnecessary ones, consider breaking it up into multiple pages. It'll be less overwhelming for users and will likely improve your sign-up completion rate. Third is bite-sized product tours. Another place you can apply the bite-sized approach is with product tours. Unfortunately, most product tours fall short of this because all they do is point out products, bells and whistles without any context. Tell you what the button or feature does. Example, click here to do X. They fall short in explaining why each feature is important, which is a crucial part of users achieving their desired outcome with your product. What you end up with is a product tour that goes on for way too long. It's so frustrating. A more effective approach is to provide contextualized, bite-sized product tours that are focused on a single user action as the goal. Having many smaller tours rather than a single long tour increases the likelihood of users taking action. To put this pixels into context, let's look at Grove HR's approach. Now, Grove HR provides new users with several tours to update relevant settings, create an employee profile, and set up their accounts. New users can launch each tour straight from the onboarding checklist. By giving users a checklist to go through, Grove HR increases the chances of onboard completion while also keeping onboarding flow compact. It also lets new users decide if they want to take the tour or not. Grove HR's tour also enjoys interactivity and highlighting the thing that makes everything faster and easier for users. If you're using product tours for your user onboarding, don't teach everything all at once. Applying the bite-sized approach gives new users a chance to take action and experience your product's aha moment. To wrap it up, while it's tempting to give your users everything at once, laying it all out on the table in one vast cornucopia of fees, it's better to serve things up in bits and pieces. By pacing yourself, allowing your users time to digest and appreciate each bit, and smoothing the way towards the next step in a way that is inviting and stress-free. Well, that's all for now. Let me know in the comments below how you're going to use the bite-sized approach to your user onboarding. Maybe you're already using it. Also, if you found this valuable, share it with your colleagues and friends so more people can learn about how to improve the onboarding. We've also created a free user onboarding certification course that details how to create an onboarding experience that turns more of your users into paying customers. We've got the link below in the description for you to check out. Now don't forget to subscribe and get the latest tips and tricks to improve your product's user onboarding. There should be a link somewhere on the screen or somewhere below. Check out our other videos on user onboarding as well. See you in the next video. This is Ramli John again. Bye for now.